Hey folks, it's your boy Quincy, and today I'll be speaking on the topic of Don't Call Me African. And what inspired me to do this video is that I've got a friend called Manny Cultural, who's a fellow YouTuber who I'm subscribed to, and he done a news article piece on his website about not about him not being African. Don't call him African because he's from the Caribbean, he's from Jamaica. Both his parents are from, I think they're from St. Thomas in Jamaica. So he's Jamaican. He's trying to say to people who are not um, black, they're not African, or who they think he's African. He's telling them they're not African. He's not African because he's not. He's from Jamaica. He's from the Caribbean, um, and he's proud of his Jamaican heritage, and he's proud of where he comes from. And I'll say a big shout out to Money Culture for inspiring me to do the video. And I'll make a big disclaimer. I haven't got nothing against Africans or Black Africans because I got quite a few African friends, Black African friends. I haven't got nothing against African culture or people, whether you're Black African born in Africa or you're from the UK but you're born in the UK but African parents. You're not the people I'm talking about. What I have a big problem with is you get these Black Caribbeans or Black Americans who jump in that pro-black shit. Yeah, you're an African. Go back to Africa. Every black person's Africa. I ain't fucking African. And there's nothing against African people. Again, I make a disclaimer. I've got nothing against African people, but I'm Guyanese. But both my parents are from Guyana, South America, albeit my mum's born in London, in the UK. She's Black Guyanese. My dad is a mixed race Guyanese man, but he's born in Guyana, but came over here when he's 2 years old back in 1959. So both my parents are Guyanese. And if in fact, I'm actually mixed race man, mixed race Griff man, because obviously my dad being mixed race himself, as in being half black Guyanese or quarter Irish, quarter Chinese, and mum being full black Guyanese. So therefore, it makes me a mixed race Griff man. And also, I'm proud to be British in terms of my nationality. I'm proud to be British. I'm proud to be English. I'm proud to be Guyanese. I'm proud to be Chinese, and I'm proud to be Irish. Yeah. So being pro-black, you need to shut the fuck up because I was at a live stream last year in the Black Betterment live stream last year, which was hosted by Rap Raven, and we were talking about the whole SYSM situation, yeah. And I told him where I came from, as in I'm Guyanese, Chinese, and Irish, yeah. And even though I told him where I came from, he still said to me, "Oh, Quincy, you're an African man." So I'm not African. Don't call me that. It's fucking offensive because you're denying my heritage, so I can be part of your part of your pro-black group. Get the fuck out of there because not every black person wants to be from Africa. It's not from not every black person from Africa, you idiot. And you get people like Umar Johnson saying, "Oh, black people, all black men should go back to Africa and rebuild it," and this bullshit. No, we don't. We don't want to be part of a group. If you're like me, like from South America, or you're Black Caribbean, or you're from the USA, Canada, and you're probably American or Canadian. Don't listen to these pro-blacks. They're just chatting shit. They want to rebuild the black community. We got no interest in it. I ain't got no interest in it because I'm proud to be from the UK, be from London, and that's like me saying, oh, if a white English person is Welsh or the Irish, no, not the English. So don't call them that. If you call a white English person Welsh, they get fucking offended. They get pissed off, and so they should be. That's like calling a white Polish person German. They're not German, they're Polish. You know what I mean? So of course they'll get offended. So I get offended when people call me African. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm proud of my Guyanese, Chinese, Irish heritage. I'm proud of my mixed heritage. Yeah. So do not ever call me African because it's offensive and it's rude because you don't know who I am to be part of your pro-black group. I don't, and again, I do not like pro-blacks. They really piss me off here because they would, they just want to just lump everyone to one. They want to lump every black person to a group, and that's not so because obviously, yeah, you can make an argument that all black become African, and you in a way you're right in a sense, but if you go by that logic, every human being on the planet is started in Africa. That's what they say anyway. But you don't see Chinese people saying that. You don't see Chinese people saying, "Oh, I'm African. I'm African." And not the Chinese or Japanese people. Oh, I'm from Africa. You don't hear that. You hear Japanese people being proud of being from Japan, just like just like Indian people, Pakistani people, they're proud of where they come from. If you call an Indian person Pakistani, they'll get really pissed off of you. Or if you call a Pakistani person Indian, again they get pissed off of you because they're not. They are Pakistani, they're Indian, and that's like saying a Greek person, they're Turkish. They're not Turkish, they're Greek. Or calling Turkish person a Greek person Turkish, they're not. They're Greek. Or you calling a Turkish person Greek, they're not. They're Turkish, so they're proud of what they are. So just pro-black, just leave us the fuck alone. We do not, we don't want to be part of your pro-black group. If you're okay, if you're from Africa, then fine, you are African. Or if you're born in the UK, the USA, or Canada, and you got African parents, then you are African, yeah. But if you're a black person from the Caribbean or like myself from South America, you're not African. You're Caribbean or you're South America. Or say if you're black Australian or black New Zealand, then you're black New Zealand, black Australia from Australia, or New Zealand, not from Africa. So these pro blacks need to shut the fuck up and just be quiet and go and just shut up because we're not interested in being pro black. We're not interested in being African. We are proud of our own heritage, yeah. Leave us the fuck alone. We're not joining the group, yeah. And I'm not talking about the black Africans or born in Africa, the black Africans born in the Western world who've got African parents. I'm not talking about them because they know they're from Africa and they know that there's other types of black people as well. Then they know that not every black person from Africa. You get what I'm saying? So you know, they're not a problem. But I get these pro blacks who are Caribbeans, but they jump in the pro black brigade or the black Americans. They just need to just shut up, just leave us the fuck alone. 'Cause we're not interested in being pro black or Africa. We're not interested in that shit. We don't want, and I won't want to live in Africa. To tell you the truth, I'm quite proud of being living in the UK because it's a decent country to live in. It's the most fairest country in the world and I've got my life's good here. Why would I want to go out to Africa for it? And part of Africa, unfortunately, is very corrupt. So why would I move to a corrupt country? And then if I want to go back there on holiday, if I want to go back, even I was to go on holiday there, they could tell I'm not African. By the way I speak, the way I am, the way my features, they could tell I'm UK British person. They could, and also they could tell I'm Guyanese, isn't it? They're not going to think I'm African. I'm not one of them. So all I say before I go, all I say is this year, you to your pro, my final message to your pro Brexit, we're not Africa, especially if we're from the Caribbean or South America, and we're born in the Western world like America, Canada, USA, whatever. We're not African. Leave us the fuck alone and let us enjoy our heritage, who we are. Anyway, if you liked the video, please subscribe. I'm out.